Good morning, everyone. This is Al Red Sox fan coming to you from Al Red Sox fan YouTube channel. Hope all is well on this Saturday morning or whenever you watch. We're going to play a little bit from my second and 10 retro replay 1958 Jim Brown Cleveland Browns replay. It's week 10 and they take on the Washington Redskins. The Redskins are 3-5-1. Cleveland is 7-0-2 still undefeated. They have been tied twice and now they get the rematch with one of the teams that tied them back in week 8. Washington battled Cleveland to a 28-28 tie. The Browns seek revenge and to continue their path to an undefeated season with 3 weeks to go in the regular season and a chance at the NFL championship. Tribes fan is here at the stadium to watch this game. Check out that wonderful channel. He had his This Week in Rockies Baseball as he's doing a Stratomatic replay card and dice, so please check that out. That's Tribes Fan 879. He says, "Here we go, Brownies. Here we go. Woof, woof." So it's going to be Jim Brown and the Browns taking on the Washington Redskins. Again, the Redskins tied Cleveland 28-28 in week number 8. And here's the schedule, as we've only put one game online. It was the Giants game, and we won that 14-7. Tremendous slobber knocker game to remain in the land of the undefeated. The Browns defeated in week 1 the Rams 24-21. And then Pittsburgh in week 2, they thumped them 37-2. Week 3 saw them thump the Chicago Cardinals 41-21. But in week 4, Pittsburgh would get their revenge in a 10-10 tie as Bobby Lane on the last drive would tie it up with a touchdown. Then, in week 5, they would defeat the Chicago Cardinals once again by 14 this time, 28-14. Then the big battle, the battle of the undefeated, in week number 6. And the Browns would defeat the Giants 14-7. They would then crush the Lions 35-10. And things were cruising along. They looked like they're back on stride. But in week 8, they struggled to a 28-28 tie as they gave up 14 points in the fourth quarter to the Redskins. Week 9, a 1-point victory over the Philadelphia Eagles, 38-37. Jim Brown had a kick return for a touchdown. That was the difference. And now, Week 10 and a rematch with the Washington Redskins. Who shall prevail? We shall see. Let's get to the schedule. We've already auto-simmed the other games. And the Giants have won 22-14 over the Eagles. The Lions crushed the Packers, who are only 1-9. The Lions are 3-7, 48-7. Baltimore, who are 8-2, destroyed the 49ers 34-7. The Bears 5-5 lost in a really good game to the Pittsburgh Steelers 24-23. The Steelers 6-2-2. And then the Rams defeated the Chicago Cardinals 27-10. So now we will move on to the Browns and the Redskins. I play as the Redskins. The second and 10 sim engine will play. I play as the Cleveland Browns, The second and 10 sim engine will play as the Washington Redskins. Redskins 3-5-1. The Browns 7-0-2. Key players: Jim Brown for Cleveland, obviously. Jim Ray Smith on offense. He's a guard. Randy Renfro, the flanker. Preston Carpenter is an end. And Mike McCormick is a tackle. For the Redskins, you have the defensive end, Gene Brito. Then Joe Walton, who'd go on to be a head coach in the NFL and USFL. Then Bill W. Anderson, another flanker. Chuck Drazowicz. And Jim Podoley. So those are the key players for both teams. AI control for the Redskins. Here's the coin toss. Cleveland's won the toss, and we elect to receive. So back deep for the Browns, Leroy Bolden and Jim Brown. To kick off, Sam Walker. Crosswind from side to side. It's 46 degrees here in Cleveland. Wind 6 miles per hour. Here's the kickoff. And it's going to be a huge return. Jimmy Brown, touch. No, it's Bolden. Excuse me. Leroy Bolden takes the opening kickoff. 92 yards for the touchdown. Unbelievable. The Browns start off in tremendous fashion. He took the kickoff, great blocking angle toward the sidelines, and he was off to the races and pay dirt. 6-0 Cleveland. Holy poop. Why is there no game sound? That's the question. We'll figure this out. Wow, so an opening kickoff by Bolden. Here comes the extra point by Lou the Toe Groza. The snap, the place, the kick. It's up and good for the straight-ahead kicker, the lineman. And it's 7-0 Cleveland. So now Groza will kick off. And hello, Bobby Cantillano. And Random Human. He says, Lou the Toe. You are correct. 7-0 opening kickoff by Leroy Bolden. So Groza will now kick off to the Redskins. Back deep for Washington, Dick James and Scooter Scudero. Here's the kickoff deep. James. There's nothing really there as he's brought down at the 20. Do you guys hear any game sound? I hate when this does that. That OBS will foobar the game sounds. Alright, so what we're going to do, we're going to have a technical difficulty break for 1 moment. We're going to go out of the game and we're going to come back into the game to get the game sounds. I apologize for that, as I am not hearing the game sounds. So let's just save the game. And let's exit out. The screen will go black. And then we'll get back into the game. This always happens after Windows updates. Thank you, Random Human. No game. I mean, there's not constant game sounds. It's just when the play goes, but I didn't hear any. All right, so we're back in the game, and let's go back to last play. And resume. And there are the game sounds. So the game sounds will be up. The game sounds will be back up. I appreciate your patience, as I can hear the crowd noise now. So if you're just joining us, hello, Mr. Sports Time Machine, Utah Mike. Please subscribe to that channel as we're trying to get him to 200 subscribers and more. Philip Reynolds, hope all is well. He had a game on, an APA game yesterday. That was fun to watch. Good to have Philip back in the fold. And the game sounds should be on, so let's continue the football game. So it's 1st and 10 for the Redskins on their 25. The quarterback is Ralph Guglielmi. Ralph Guglielmi. The backs are Bossler and Sid Watson. Bossler's a B back, and Watson is a C back. He's good for 10 carries. Watson's good for 3. Bill W. Anderson's a flanker. He's a B receiver, good for 1 catch. Joe Walton and Johnny Carson are the ends. They're tight to the line of scrimmage. Walton's an A, good for 2 receptions. And Carson is a C, good for 1 reception. Bossler and Watson, respectively, are C and D receivers out of the backfield. And it looks like they run a lot, as you can see. Ralph Guglielmi only attempts 7 passes. So we're going to play run defense, and we're going to key Don Bossler. Cleveland expecting the run. Walton, the intended receiver, medium pass, and it's caught. A big hit, but Walton hangs on. Walt Michaels, hangs on to the ball. It's a gain of 13. So the Redskins come out throwing. Oh, shoot. Hold on a second, as we got to get back into the game. There we go. Sorry about that, folks. Back in the game we are now. You'll see it shortly. My faux pas. That would have stunk. Screen will be up in a second. I forgot to bring the screen back up after technical difficulties. The joys of live streaming. Alright, so it's 1st and 10 for the Redskins on their 38. Again, we're going to play run defense. We're not going to key anyone. Cleveland playing the run. It's a run by Podoley. He heads outside, only picks out 2 yards before the tackle. So it's going to be 2nd and 8 from the Washington 40. 2nd and 8. We're going to play standard coverage, pass coverage, shadow the quarterback, and we're going to double Joe Walton. Standard man coverage. Sutton gets the call, knocked out of bounds by Bob Gain after a 3-yard gain. It's going to be 3rd and 5 for the Redskins, who trail 7-0. Big 3rd and 5 here. 12:58 to go in the first quarter. 3rd and 5. Bossler and Sutton are the backs for the Redskins. Anderson the flanker. The ends are Walton and Carson. 3rd and 5. We're going to blitz the linebacker. Tight coverage. Here comes the blitz. It's Fiss on the blitz. And it's going to be a handoff to Bossler. He only gets a few as he's knocked out by Don Colo. It will be 4th and 3. And here the Redskins send out the punter, Sam Baker. Back deep for the Browns is Jim Schaffner. Schaffner will return. Here's the punt. It's a nice punt. And Schaffner will actually lose 2 yards as he tried to make some room for himself. That's not going to make Paul Brown too happy. So Cleveland gets the ball back. Remember, they scored on the opening kickoff. 92-yard return by, let's just show you that real quick. 92-yard return by Bolden. Grows a kick. All right, so in the backfield, you have Jim Brown and Bobby Mitchell. And you have to rest the players, these allotted plays. That's under the R. And at quarterback is Milt Plum. So it's Brown and Mitchell in the backfield. It's a split backfield. Renfro is the flanker. The ends tight to the line, Carpenter and Brewster. Brown is an A runner. Mitchell is a C runner. Renfro and Carpenter are A receivers, and Brewster is a B receiver. Brown and Mitchell are B receivers out of the backfield. We're going to go play action fake. Play action fake. Medium long pass to Ray Renfro on the play action fake. And it's a sack. Plum coughs up the football. And Jim Brown has it. Oh my Lord. Johnny Allen did not fall for the play action fake. He sacks Plum. The ball comes loose. But Jim Brown, Johnny on the spot, recovers. On the Cleveland 5, the Browns avert disaster there. And it's going to be 2nd and 19. It's going to be a handoff to Jimmy Brown on 2nd and 19.
Flag on the play.
Browns.
False start. Offense.
So a false start on the offense. Backs him up a little more. It's going to be 2nd and 21. Browns going backwards on this drive. So 2nd and 21. It will be a handoff once again to Jim Brown from the shadow of their own end zone. Washington up tight. Brown gets the call. He's over the 10, 20, makes a move, 30, 40 across midfield. It's a gain of 70 yards. Jimmy Brown, unbelievable run. Finally brought down by Doyle Nix. Jimmy Brown goes for 70 yards on his first carry. And just like that, bippity boppity boom, the Browns have it 1st and 10 on the Washington 27. Holy cow, ID gestures here at the stadium. Jim Brown. So Bobby Mitchell, wow, unbelievable. Brown needs to leave the field because he's a bit tired after that. So Lou Carpenter will come in. So the split backs are Bobby Mitchell and Lou Carpenter. Ray Renfro is the flanker that ends tight to the line of scrimmage. Carpenter and Brewster. They'll give the ball to Bobby Mitchell on the handoff. Washington playing standard defense. Mitchell picks up 6, brought down by Bill Fulcher. And it's going to be 2nd and 4, so Bobby Mitchell gets the call. Brown still on the sidelines, having a little water. 2nd and 4 from the Washington 21. The handoff to Lou Carpenter. Carpenter gets the call. Washington man-to-man defense. Carpenter breaks the line of scrimmage. He goes for 8, 1st and 10. The Browns running this ball right down the throats of the Washington Redskins, as they have it 1st and 10 on the Redskins 13. Again, it's Mitchell and Carpenter in the backfield. Carpenter will get the call on 1st and 10. Washington, 8 men up in the box. Carpenter gets a call, hit a medium. He loss of 1. A big hit by Chet Ostrowski for the Redskins, trying to pry the ball loose from Carpenter. But he holds on to it. It'll be 2nd and 11 from the Washington 14. Jim Brown still on the sideline after his huge 70-yard run. DC is here. Hope all is well, my friend. Second and 11. Play action pass. They're going to go short pass on the play action pass to Preston Carpenter. Play action didn't fool him last time. Plum was sacked. Redskins playing for the run. Play action. Toss to Carpenter. Good catch. Sideline. It's 3rd and only a gain of 4 as they quickly closed on Carpenter. Ralph Felton put the big pop on Carpenter. Brown is back in the ball game. Lou Carpenter goes out. So it's going to be Brown and Bobby Mitchell in the backfield, and it's 3rd and 7. Only a 4-yard pickup. The Redskins quickly closed after the reception. It'll be a handoff to Jimmy Brown on 3rd and 7. Carpenter double team. Brown's in for the score! They were looking past Jim Brown right through that hole. Quickly accelerates, and Jimmy Brown, a 10-yard touchdown run by the GOAT, Jim Brown, and it's now 13-0 Cleveland as they seek revenge for that Week 8 28-28 tie against the Redskins. And here comes Lou the Toe Groza for the extra point. Straight ahead kicker, the lineman. The snap to place. The kick, and it is good. 14-0 Browns with 6:45 to play. Grozer will kick off back deep for the Redskins. Sid Watson and Scooter Scudero. The kick goes deep. And it's a touchback, so a great job by Lou the Toe Groza. Back out on offense are the Redskins, led by their quarterback, Ralph Guglielmi. The backs are Olszewski and Sutton. That's a split backfield. Anderson's a flanker. Walton and Carson are the ends, tight to the line of scrimmage. That's the way they used to play. And we're going to play run defense, keying no back. We're playing the run. It's a handoff to Olszewski, and he gains 6. A good, tough run by Olszewski. A quick move brought down by the linebacker, Vince Costello. It's now 2nd and 4 for the Redskins on their 26. Again, we'll play run defense on 2nd and 4. Olszewski gets the run. He picks up 5. He's been the workhorse, and that moves the chains. So they're going to stick with Johnny Olszewski. Oh, my Lord. Apologize for the name. As he's been ground and pound. 1st and 10 on the Washington 31, 5:26 to play. Again, Cleveland up in the run defense. 8 men up in the box. Fake snap. Guglielmi's in trouble. He's forced to run. Heads outside, and he scrambles for 5 yards. Brought down by Ken Kontz. So even when things go wrong so far on this drive, it goes right for the Redskins. They do trail by 14, though. A kickoff return by Bolden and a touchdown run by Jim Brown. 2nd and 5 from the Washington 36. Cleveland again, 8 men up in the box, playing the run. It's a give to Bossler. He picks up 3 tough yards. It'll be 2nd and 2 now for the Redskins. 3rd and 2 for the Redskins. Big 3rd down here on their 38. Ozleski and Podolny are in the split backfield. Anderson, Walton, and Carsons are your receivers. We're going to go run blitz. The linebackers will shoot the run gaps. Here's the run blitz. Podolny! And it's close, and he picks it up. So Podolny breaks a tackle on the run blitz. Cleveland almost had him, but he gets that tough 3 yards. The Redskins move the chains. 1st and 10 on their 41. 3:09 left in the first quarter. 14-0 Cleveland, trying to maintain their undefeated season so far, 7-0-2. Remember, if you're just joining us, the Redskins tied the Browns in Week 8, 28-28. Again, we'll play run defense. 8 men up. Ozleski gets the ball. He doesn't have it. Guglielmi is hurried and he is sacked. The play action fake does not fool Galen Fisk. That is an 8-yard loss. So the Redskins go with a little razzle dazzle, and they got bippity boppity boomed. 8-yard loss on the sack by Galen Fisk. It will now be 2nd and 18 from the Washington 33. Cleveland will play a zone pass defense. Bossler gets the ball carrier, finds a small little gap. He struggles for 3 yards. And it will be 3rd and 15 from the Washington 36. Looks like Guglielmi is going to have to throw the ball here on 3rd and 15. Cleveland's going to again play a zone defense. 3rd and 15. They'll drop into a pass zone. Guglielmi drops back, looking medium short pass for Podolny. Incomplete, tipped away by the great linebacker Vince Costello. And here comes the punt team once again for the Redskins with 1:42 left in this disastrous first quarter for the Redskins. They trail 14-0. It's Sam Baker who'll be punting to the always dangerous Bobby Mitchell. Here's the punt. Nice punt. Mitchell signals for the fair catch at the Cleveland Browns 20 on the 44-yard punt. So with 1:36 to play in the first quarter, the Browns have been truly dominant. We'll rest Bobby Mitchell, and we're going to bring in Leroy Bolden and Jim Brown in split backfield. Remember, Bolden had the opening kickoff touchdown. Renfro, we're going to rest Ray Renfro. Actually, bring Carpenter in. So we're going to go with 3 backs. Brown, Carpenter, and Bolden. The ends tight to the line of scrimmage, Carpenter and Brewster. That's Preston Carpenter. As we will rest Bobby Mitchell and Ray Renfro. Bolden will get the carry on 1st and 10 from the Cleveland 20. They hand off to Bolden. Run blitz. Bolden picks up 4 tough yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. 44 seconds left in the first quarter. 2nd and 6. And again, they'll give the ball to Bolden. We think they'll key Brown. Bolden, he picks up 3. That ends the first quarter. We go to the second quarter. 14-0 Cleveland. It'll be 3rd and 3 from the Cleveland 27. Bolden has his allotted carries now. You can see he's in the red, so you really don't want to use him anymore. Renfro's down to 3. Bobby Mitchell to 8. So we're going to bring Renfro back in, and we're going to take out Preston Carpenter. As we have to start resting players, you can see under R, you have to rest them X amount of plays or you're going to lose them. So again, 3 backs, Brown, Lou Carpenter, and Leroy Bolden. Bobby Mitchell still on the bench. Renfro's the flanker. The lone end tight to the line of scrimmage, Darrell Pete Brewster. It is 3rd and 3. You give it to the money man, Jim Brown. They'll be keying him. Here's the run, and it's a flea flick. What is that? Oh, Jimmy Brown, touchdown! Holy cow! That's razzle dazzle. That is razzle dazzle. Brown stops, laterals the ball back to Plum, hits Ray Renfro on the hook and go, and Renfro was off to the races. 73-yard touchdown pass from Milt Plum to Ray Renfro. It is 20-0. Unbelievable. The Browns break out the razzle dazzle. Look at that big smile on head coach's face, Paul Brown. Unbelievable. Lou Groza for the extra point, and that was a total surprise to me because we called for the run unless I clicked on something weird, and I must have, but I'll take it. Flea flicker, how cool was that? Here's the extra point by the toe, Lou Groza, the snap. Oh, he misses it! 95% chance of success, and Lou, the toe Groza, misses it. It is 20-0 though, Cleveland. Sometimes those missed extra points do come back to haunt you. Amish Elvis is at the stadium. Hope all is well. So with 14:54 to play in the half, it's 20-0 Cleveland. Groza will kick off. Mike Sommer and Scooter Scudero back deep. Here's the kickoff by Lou the Toe Groza. Scudero, and he's off over the 10, 20, 30. He finally brought down at the 43, a 41-yard return by Scudero. Washington needs something to jumpstart this offense. They're down 20-0. Guglielmi back under center. Bossler and Podley are the split backs. Anderson, the flanker, out wide. The ends, who are tight to the line of scrimmage, Walton and Carson. We will play the run. 8 men up in the box. Guglielmi hands off to Podley. No, it's a play-action fake! And it will be a sack, as Ken Kahn says none shall pass, and he sacks Guglielmi. A loss of 9, 2nd and 19. Cleveland really coming out strong here at home. Very embarrassed with that Week 8, 28-28 tie to these Washington Redskins. We'll play a standard zone pass defense. And it's a run by Sutton. He only picks up 2 yards. Knocked out of bounds by Paul Wiggins. 3rd and 17. Again, we'll sit back in a pass zone. Sutton gets the draw. Picks up 6. Wow, the Redskins played that very conservatively. Tackled at Tom Catlin. And here comes the best offense that the Redskins have had all day. The punter, Sam Baker. Back deep is Bobby Mitchell. Here's the punt. Nice punt. And it's a fair catch.
Clipping. Receiving team.
So that's going to back up the Browns, an illegal block. And so the Browns will start 1st and 10 on their own 5. Up 20-0 with 12:25 to play in the half. The backfield, 3 backs. It's a 3-headed monster right now as we continue to rest Bobby Mitchell. It'll be Brown, Lou Carpenter, and Leroy Bolden. Bolden's already had his allotted carries. He's in the red. Renfro is the flanker. And actually, we're going to bring in, we'll sit Renfro. He needs 3 more. He has to rest 3 more plays, and he'll be all set. So it will be Carpenter and Clark. Carpenter and Clark. It'll be a handout to the great one, Jim Brown. 8 men up. Brown, they're keying him. He picks up 2 yards as they were keying Jim Brown. Chuck Drastevenich makes the play. So it's 2nd and 8 from the Cleveland 7. Again, it'll be a handoff to Jim Brown out of the 3-headed monster backfield. All-purpose defense for the Redskins. Brown up the middle! He gains 5. A quick explosion for Brown. The Redskins did close on him. So it's going to be 3rd and 3 with 10:50 to go in the half. 20-0 Cleveland. 3rd and 3. Who do you give it to? You give it to Jimmy Brown on 3rd and 3. Washington expecting the run. Hand off to Brown. And he is stuffed. Pushed back by the Redskins front 7. Gene Brito will be credited with the tackle. A rare loss for Jimmy Brown. 4th and 4. Holy cow, the Redskins hold. Cleveland with a 20-point lead. We played it very conservatively. And here comes the punter, Dick DeShane. Donka Shane. So DeShane will punt. Back deep is Scooter Scudero for the Redskins. Here's the punt. It's a beautiful punt. Scudero picks it up. And he'll pick up 5 yards on the return. A 53-yard punt by DeShane. So the Redskins will start 1st and 10 on their 41 with under 10 minutes of play in the half, trailing by 20. We'll play run defense. The backs are Bosler and Watson for the Redskins. Guglielmi is the quarterback. Anderson, the flanker, out wide. Walton and Carson, the ends, tight to the line of scrimmage. We're playing run, 8-minute flag.
False start. Offense.
So the offense, as the Redskins just continually shoot themselves in the foot, they're not going to have many toes left. 5-yard penalty on the offense. False start, 1st and 15 from the Washington 36. And we're going to sit in a standard zone now. Oh, wait, actually, that's not it. Standard zone. We'll play the pass. We're in a zone. Play action, medium pass to Walton. And it's a gain of 7, brought down by Vince Costello. A good pass by Guglielmi to Joe Walton. So it's 2nd and 8 from the Washington 43. 2nd and 8. Linebacker blitz, tight man coverage, 2nd and 8. Fisk coming on the blitz. It's a handoff to Sutton. And Sutton picks up 4 yards, and he's tackled by Chuck Knoll. Many coaches on this team for both sides. And that will leave 3rd and short, let's call it 4, from the Washington 47 with 8:33 to play. So it's 3rd and 4. Here comes the run blitz. All the linebackers going to shoot through the run gaps. Run blitz for the Browns. It's a draw. Gain of 2. The run blitz, which delays slightly, nails Don Bosler. He struggled for 2 yards. Vince Costello will be credited with a tackle. 4th and 2, and here comes the familiar Sam Baker to punt. And we're going to watch for the fake this time. We're going to watch for the fake.
Flag on the play.
Ooh. Baker punts it. Good punt. Rolls dead at the Cleveland 2, but what's the flag?
Illegal use of hands. Offense.
Illegal use of hands. Offense. And we will accept that. And we'll make them punt it over. So now we're going to have the normal return on. Ken Kuntz is back deep. Here's the Baker punt. And it's down. The punt is down on the 34-yard line of Cleveland on the 32-yard punt. So that penalty was huge. Instead of Cleveland starting 1st and 10 on their 2 in the shadow of their own end zone, they get the penalty, the repunt, and they'll start 1st and 10 on their 34 with 7:41 to play in the first half. 20-0 Cleveland. Bobby Mitchell continues to rest. Ray Renfro's ready. Will rest Preston Carpenter. And Frank Clark. So there'll be a 3-headed backfield of Brown, Carpenter, and Bolden. The ends will be Brewster and Clark. And we're going to give the ball on 1st and 10 to Lou Carpenter. 1st and 10. We hope they key Jim Brown. Standard zone. Missed tackle. Carpenter. Oh, boy. As Felton had great penetration, missed the tackle, but his friends cleaned up the mess. Carpenter only picks up 1 yard. So it's going to be 2nd and 9 on the Cleveland 35. It'll be a screen to Carpenter on 2nd and 9. Screen. They're keying Brown. Carpenter makes the catch. But he only picks up 3 yards as Tom Bratz was Johnny on the spot to bring him down. So it'll be 3rd and 6. 3rd and 6. Carpenter will go out. Bobby Mitchell will come in. Clark will go out. And Preston Carpenter will come in. So the three-headed monster in the backfield, Brown, Mitchell, and Bolden. The ends tight to the line of scrimmage, Preston Carpenter and Darrell Pete Brewster. It is 3rd and 6. Play action pass. And we're going to go medium pass to Preston Carpenter on 3rd and 6. They're playing Carpenter at midfield, 17 yards as he breaks a tackle. Play action fake to Jim Brown, froze the Redskins defense, and it's a pickup of 17. The Browns move the chains, 1st and 10 on the Washington 45. 6:35 to play in the first half. Bobby Mitchell will get the run call. Mitchell, neutral defense for the Redskins, and Mitchell picks up 3 as Will Renfro makes the stop. So it's 2nd and 7. Mitchell will go out. And we're going to rest Preston Carpenter and Pete Brewster. So the three-headed backfield, Brown, Carpenter, and Bolden. Renfro the flanker. Remember, he had that touchdown catch on the flea flicker. Clark is the end. They're going to go short pass out of the backfield on 1st and 10 to Jimmy Brown. On 2nd and 7, excuse me. It's a pass. Brown, 30! 24-yard gain, 1st down. On the flare pass to Jimmy Brown. And Plum really took a big hit there. He's going to stay in the game. No concussion protocol back in 1958, that's for sure. So 1st and 10 for Cleveland as they click on all cylinders. Their one hiccup, Lou the Toe Groza missed an extra point on the last touchdown. Again, the three-headed backfield, Brown, Carpenter, and Bolden. Renfro out wide, Clark in tight. It'll be a handoff to Jimmy Brown. 8 men up in the box for the Redskins. Brown picks up 5 yards as the Browns continue to bludgeon the Redskins here. They want revenge for that 28-28 tie in Week 8. It'll be 2nd and 5 with 4:07 left in the half. They'll give the ball to Jimmy Brown once again out of three-headed monster backfield. Brown goes for 6 and a 1st down. Redskins trying everything, keying Jimmy Brown, but Brown knocking Redskins down, taking their scalps. We will not call timeout. 3:25 left in the half. 20-0 Cleveland. Lou Carpenter will go out. Bobby Mitchell will come in. So the three-headed backfield, Brown, Bobby Mitchell, and Leroy Bolden. Renfro and Clark are the eligible receivers. Renfro out wide, Clark in tight. Bobby Mitchell on the draw, on the goal line. Bobby Mitchell will get the snap for the draw. Redskins expecting the pass. Draw, Bobby Mitchell, touchdown! The Redskins playing the short pass. The delayed handoff to Bobby Mitchell, and he is in for the 7-yard touchdown, and it is 26-0 Browns. The bludgeoning continues. Paul Brown said they would destroy the Redskins. After that 28-28 tie, the Redskins were quite proud of themselves. Paul Brown says we'll see you in Week 10. And it's Week 10, and it's 26-0. Here comes Lou the Toe Groza. He missed his last extra point, the snap, the play. It's up and good! As Groza with a little wry smile. It's now 27-0 Cleveland as they're hoping to head to 8-0-2. Groza will kick off. Back deep, Sid Watson and Scooter Scudero for the Redskins. Groza kicks the ball deep. And Watson's forced out of bounds after a 10-yard pickup on the kickoff. So with 3:09 to play, the Redskins having their scalps handed to them, down 27-0. 3:09 left in the half, 1st and 10 on their 18. We will play a standard pass zone. Cleveland sitting in the zone. Bob Gain in the backfield. Sacked! Bob Gain! As Jim Schaffner gets the sack. Missed, so Bob Gain provides pressure, and Jim Schaffner gets the sack. So it was Gain and Schaffner making Guglielmi run like Charlie Brown. Run for your life, Charlie Brown. And a fumble! Oh my God, it goes from bad to worse for these Redskins as Cleveland recovers it on the Redskins 9. So that play, it was a Chinese fire drill jailbreak as everything collapsed on Guglielmi. He loses the ball, and Bill Quinlan recovers it for Cleveland. The three-headed monster in the backfield again. Brown, Mitchell, and Bolden. Renfro out wide. Frank Clark in tight. They'll hand it off to Bolden, even though he's fatigued. And Brito, it's only a 1-yard gain. It'll be 2nd and goal. Gene Brito brings him down. No timeout for Cleveland. 2:18 left in the half. 27-0 Browns. And now you give it to the money man, Jimmy Brown. It's a handoff. They're expecting Brown. He cuts left, picks up 4 yards. 2-minute warning. Jim Brown, 8 carries, 101 yards, and a touchdown. 3rd and goal from the Washington 4. Who do you give it to? You give it to Bobby Mitchell on a counter. Bobby Mitchell. Mitchell scores! Bobby Mitchell does the Nestea plunge from 4 yards out. That's his 2nd touchdown. 4 carries, 20 yards, and 2 DDs. Washington was expecting the short play action pass. Washington totally befuddled as they're down 33-0. Bobby Mitchell with the score. Here's Lou the Toe Groza for the extra point. The snap. The place, the straight head kick, it's good. 34-0. Groza's made 4 out of 5 extra points. With 1:51 to play, the Redskins, if they were the Cowboys, would be circling the wagons. Here's the kickoff by Groza. Back deep is Somner and Scudero. And it's a touchback. The Redskins totally demoralized. Will play a standard pass zone. It's a give to Watson. Watson picks up 3. No timeout is called. But the Redskins will call a timeout. We don't. 1:40 left in the half. 2nd and 7 from the Washington 23. Again, we'll stay in a standard pass zone. Browns playing the zone. Guglielmi tries to dump it off to Olszewski. Incomplete. Deflected away by Warren Lahr. And it's now 3rd and 7. We'll bring a linebacker blitz. Tight coverage on 3rd and 7. Looking for another sack. Walt Michaels is coming. And it's a sack. Another sack. Guglielmi is able to hold on to the ball this time. 4th and 17. The Browns will call. Oh, crud. I didn't call timeout. I clicked the wrong button. 47 seconds left. We're going to go after the punt block. 47 seconds left. Here comes the punt block. Great penetration. But he gets it off. Did we hit the kicker?
Running into the kicker.
Yes.
Defense.
Oh, boy. We went after it. We hit the kicker. Paul Brown doesn't care. He wants these Redskins to be punished. Hello, Keith White. Hope all is well. He wants these Redskins to be punished for that 28-28 tie. The Redskins offense comes back on the field begrudgingly. And here comes a linebacker blitz. Tight coverage. They want to take Guglielmi out of the game. Costello, flag.
Encroachment. Defense.
Oh boy, Browns getting a little sloppy here in their effort to bludgeon the Redskins. 41 seconds left. We'll play a deep zone towards the sideline. It's a carry by Sutton. He only picks up 1. A very angry Vince Costello throws him to the turf. And that's the half. So after one half of football, it's been all Cleveland Browns in their revenge game. After the 28-28 tie in Week 8 to the lowly Washington Redskins, they're up 34-0. Paul Brown wants to put these scalps up on his trophy case. So Groza will kick off as we approach the second half. Back deep is Sid Watson and Scudero. Here's the kickoff by Groza. And again, it's a touchback. Groza really kicking that snot out of that ball. So the Redskins will start 1st and 10 on their 20, trailing by 34, needing a biblical miracle to come back. But we've seen that happen against me when I'm playing my Buffalo Bills 76 season with the Juice against the 2016 playoff teams. So we won't count our chickens before they hatch. We're play a standard pass zone. Up by 34. Guglielmi drops back the pass, hands it off on the draw to Sutton, only picks up 2. Chuck Knoll makes the tackle. So it's 2nd and 2 from the Washington 28. In the backfield for the Redskins, Bossler and Sutton. Out wide is Anderson. In tight, the ends are Walton and Carson. Again, we'll play a standard pass zone. Guglielmi, it's a draw! Sutton, 4 yards. So Guglielmi again calls the draw. And it's a first down on the draw. 4-yard gain. Redskins have it on their 32. Again, we'll sit in the standard zone. Guglielmi drops back. And it's caught! Walton has it! Past midfield, gain of 29. Finally, knocked out of bounds by Ken Kontz. The Washington offense comes a little bit of life, but we've been playing back in a zone. And now we're going to go run blitz on 1st and 10 on our 39. Here's all the linebackers. Draw to Olszewski, and it's a 4-yard loss. Bill Quinlan and friends wrap up Olszewski, and he goes hard to the grass here in Cleveland. 2nd and 14. We'll go with the linebacker blitz, tight man coverage. Here comes the blitz. Costello comes flying in. Guglielmi under pressure, dodges it, takes off running, and he only picks up 2 yards as he scrambles for his life. Charlie Brown. Paul Brown giving the orders. We want blood. It's now 3rd and 12 from the Cleveland 41. Again, they'll send the blitz, tight coverage. Here comes the blitz again. It's Fiss on the blitz, and Guglielmi just barely gets the pass off, almost picked off. As he was going to Anderson, it was broke up by Don Arpaw. And the Redskins' very brief foray into Brown's territory comes to an end. Here comes the punter, Sam Baker. Is he a candlestick maker? Back deep is Ken Kontz. Here's the punt. Baker lets it roll in the end zone. So the Browns will take it 1st and 10 on their 20 with 12:02 to play in the 3rd quarter. 3-headed backfield of Brown, Mitchell, and Bolden. All of our receivers are now eligible because none of them are tired anymore. So we're going to go with Carpenter and Brewster. So we're going to split backfield, Brown and Bobby Mitchell. We're going to play action pass. We're going for the kill. We're going to go to Pete Brewster, medium long. 8 men up in the box. Play action. Complete to Brewster. Past midfield. Gain of 36 yards. Finally dragged down from behind by Dick James. So Paul Brown claps his hands. He wants blood. 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 He continues to say it on the sideline. I want their blood. He is very upset with that 28-28 tie in Week 8. It's now Week 10. What a different story. 1st and 10. The fans here at Cleveland Municipal Stadium are loving it. On the Washington 44. Play action pass, medium. Bobby Mitchell's out. Can't go with Clark. Can't do that. Can't do that play. So it'll be a give to Jimmy Brown on 1st and 10. 8 men up in the box. Keen Brown. And Brown still bludgeons through for 5 yards, holding on for dear life as reinforcements come to bring down the great one. Jim Brown is Jim Weatherall. And it'll be 2nd and 5. Jim Brown well over 100 yards. 2nd and 5 from the Washington 39. 10:35 to play in the 3rd quarter. Play action pass. They're going to go long. They're going to go long to Ray Renfro on 2nd and 5. Here's the blitz. Plum play action, but Zaggers knocks the touchdown pass away. Plum just claps his hands. Need to lead Renfro a little farther. It'll be 3rd and 5 from the Washington 39. It'll be a give to Jimmy Brown on 3rd and 5. All-purpose defense. Brown, 6 yards, first down. Johnny Allen trips him up. The chains move once again for Cleveland. We're under 10 minutes of play in the 3rd quarter. Cleveland will go with Brown and Mitchell in the backfield. Renfro the flanker. Tight to the line, Carpenter and Brewster. It's a handoff to the great one, Jimmy Brown. Run blitz. Brown changes directions, and he picks up 5 yards. Again, Jimmy Allen brings him down. Brown still good for 10 more carries. All Cleveland players are fresh and dandy now. 2nd and 5 from the Washington 28. Who do you give the ball to? Like Ghostbusters, Jimmy Brown! They're expecting the run. Brown picks up 7 yards! Stiff arming and bludgeoning Redskins on the way. Paul Brown, the head coach, extremely happy. Again, from the sideline, you can hear him, blood, blood, blood. I want their blood. So 1st and 10 on the Washington 21. It'll be a counter to Bobby Mitchell now. Bobby Mitchell gets the call. Bobby Mitchell, 7 yards! As this Washington Redskins defense looks to raise the white flags, but in the words of Lawrence of Arabia, no prisoners, says Paul Brown. No prisoners. 2nd and 3. The give to Jimmy Brown out of split backfield. Brown picks up 2. So the Redskins stiffen a bit. It'll be 3rd and 2 with 6:45 to play in the 3rd quarter. Cleveland up 34-0. They'll give the ball. Ray Renfro will go out. Lou Carpenter will come back in. It'll be a handoff to Carpenter out of the three-headed monster of Brown, Mitchell, and Carpenter in the backfield. Carpenter through the small hole, only a 1-yard gain. As Gene Brito closed it quite quickly. Carpenter tried to wiggle his way through. It's 4th and 1. They'll stick with the three-headed backfield. Paul Brown screaming he wants blood. He wants to eat their heart. What is wrong with Paul Brown? It's a handoff to the GOAT, Jim Brown. Brown! 8 yards as Jim Brown brings a huge, huge smile to Paul Brown's face. They pick up 8 on 4th and 1. They move the chains. And you can just see Paul Brown smacking the game plan. He wants 100-0. 1st and 10 on the Washington 4. They'll give it to Jimmy Brown. A handoff to Brown. Touchdown! As they were keying Carpenter. Jim Brown, 15 carries, 137 yards, and 2 touchdowns for the GOAT. An 11-play, 80-yard drive, taking 6:52 off the clock. Cleveland now boosts their margin to 40-0. As here comes Lou the Toe Grozer for the extra point. Straight ahead kicker. The snap to place. It's good! 41-0. And Paul Brown still screaming on the sidelines, I want their blood. Again, reminding as he goes up and down the sidelines, reminding the humiliation of the 28-28 tie in Week 8. Here's the kickoff by Lou the Toe Grozer. Mike Somner back deep along with Scooter Scudero. And it's a touchback. And you can see the disgust in Joe Kurberich's face, the Washington Redskins coach. He's just disgusted. Paul Brown looks over at him. They're no friends. So Guglielmi is back under center. He wished this nightmare was over. Bosler and Sutton are your backs. Anderson's a flanker out wide in tight. Walton and Carson. You can see Walton, he only is eligible for 1 catch. You can still go to him. I mean, he still might catch it, but when you go in the red, it's a little more difficult. You have to have the really good play call. And we're going to try to actually break Guglielmi's leg. We're going to go linebacker blitz, tight man coverage. Here comes a blitz. Bosler gets a carry. And he is run into by Ken Kontz. He only picks up 3 yards, 2nd and 7, under 5 minutes to play in the 3rd quarter. All-out blitz now. Again, tight man coverage. All the linebackers coming. Everybody's coming. Olszewski gets the ball, and he is smothered. Don Colo will be credited with the tackle. Olszewski did struggle for 1 yard as he ran into very, very angry linebackers. It's now 3rd and 6, and Paul Brown still screaming for blood on the sideline. Up and down the sideline, remembering the humiliation of the 28-28 tie in Week 8. It is 3rd and 6. Linebacker blitz, tight man coverage. Michaels. Guglielmi drops back. He's looking. He moves away from the rush. Costello knocks the ball away on the flare pass to the running back, Johnny Olszewski. And Costello gives the throat slash sign. Here comes Sam Baker, the candlestick maker. He will punt. Ken Kontz back deep. It's a nice pump. Kuntz has it at the 27. Over the 30. He's got some room. He's hit. The ball's loose. Who has it? And Cleveland will retain possession as the fumble is overruled. Wow. So when the Redskins look to think they have a break, none they get. Unbelievable. So good field position for Cleveland at their 47. The fumble, the Redskins had recovered it, but the officials met up, and then they overruled the play. They had a discussion. They said, no, he was down. Kuntz was down. As the Redskins coach, Kuderich, is not too happy to that call. Paul Brown tells him to shut the hell up and scream, I will have your heart. All right, three-headed backfield. Brown, Mitchell, and Carpenter. It'll be a give to Luke Carpenter on 1st and 10 on the Cleveland 47 with 3:35 play in the third quarter. They're keying Jimmy Brown. Carpenter goes through that hole on the counter. 17 yards by Carpenter. First down. Paul Brown says, how do you like them apples? Again, the give will be to Luke Carpenter out of the three-headed backfield. Standard man. Carpenter changes directions, picks up 7. Brought down by a tiring Ralph Felton. So it's 2nd and 3. They'll give the ball to Carpenter again out of the three-headed monster. Carpenter, they're keying Brown. Carpenter picks up 4 yards. Brought down by Johnny Allen of the Redskins. As Carpenter just moving the chains. Carpenter now goes into the red. 1:48 left in the third quarter. 41-0 Cleveland. Cleveland going for the kill now. The humiliation. Play action fake. They're going long to Ray Renfro. He's in the red. They don't give a poop. Oh, it's not going to let me go. Why is it not going to let me go? Oh, he's not in the game. Duh. So let's take out Preston Carpenter, bring in Ray Renfro. Long pass to Ray Renfro on the play action fake. 8 men up in the box, playing the run. Intercepted by Zaggart. He avoid, and he's going to bring it back. Touchdown. Touchdown! What the hell happened here? No! No! Zaggart did not pick it off. It's a touchdown the other way. I just saw interception. And Cleveland scores again. 25-yard touchdown pass as Zaggart tried to jump the route. So Plum, under heavy pressure, had to go to his secondary receiver, Pete Brewster, running a corner route. Zaggart tries to jump the route, nearly intercepts it. But Brewster has it, and he goes in for the score. 4 plays, 53 yards, a minute 55. The bludgeoning continues. I saw interception. I was trying to be nice to the Redskins, but Paul Brown now screaming at me, saying we will continue until we have blood. All right, here's the extra point. My God, I'm loving it here for my Cleveland Browns. It's good by Lou the Toe Groza. Groza's made 6 out of 7 extra points. His leg might be a little tired. 48-0. Here comes the onside kick for the humiliation. Who's going to recover it? Washington gets the ball at the 47. Paul Brown, none too happy with that. He wanted that ball back. And you can see Coach Kuderich is very upset with the tactics of the Cleveland Browns here in Cleveland. Paul Brown tells him to shut the hell up. And we're going to play linebacker blitz, tight man coverage on 1st and 10. Here's Fiss on the blitz. Sutton gets the draw. He picks up 4 yards. It'll be 2nd and 6. Redskins just want to get the hell out of Cleveland alive. Paul Brown wants them dead. 59 seconds left. All-out run blitz by the Browns. Watson, the ball carry. Fumble! Fumble! And Cleveland comes up with the ball! The Browns come up with the ball. Paul Brown is giddy as a schoolboy, jumping up and down on the sideline. Again, screaming at the Redskins sideline. How do you like them apples? And the Browns take over 1st and 10 on their 49, 51 seconds left in the third quarter. 48-0 Cleveland. Play action fake. They're going over the top to Renfro on the play action fake.
Flag on the play.
Pass. Off Renfro's fingertips.
Offsides. Defense.
Oh, offsides defense. So they'll pick up 5 free ones. We will accept it. It'll be 1st and 5. It'll be hand off to Jimmy Brown. Brown, not much there. 40, 30, pass to the outside, touchdown! Brown was stifled on the inside, bounces it to the outside. He goes for 44 yards and his third TD. Unbelievable, Jimmy Brown. 54-0 Cleveland. Paul Brown still not satisfied. Here's the extra point by Groza. Touchdown. Extra point is good. Groza, 7 of 8. Still hearing it from Paul Brown on the sideline for that one missed extra point. Brown wanted perfection today. 55-0. He wanted 100-0, and he's going to get it, damn it. Here's the kick deep by Groza. Sommer and Scudero. It's another touchback. Linebacker blitz, tight man coverage. Guglielmi just wants this nightmare to end. Here's the blitz, Fiss, Oldeski through the hole. He avoided. Fiss on the blitz picks up 14 yards, the end of the third quarter. Final 15 minutes, and Paul Brown screaming at his team is, we're only at 55. We're only at 55. Linebacker blitz again, tight man coverage. Guglielmi looking, rolls away from the pressure, forced to run. Only a 2-yard gain. Guglielmi thrown quite hard to the grass here in Cleveland Municipal Stadium. It'll be 2nd and 8. They'll now go to a standard zone, try to get a pickoff. They're sitting back in a zone. A draw to Olszewski. 2 yards, excuse me. It'll be 3rd and 6, 14:08 left in this Washington Redskin misery. An all-out blitz. All 3 linebackers coming for Guglielmi's head. There they come. It's a throw. Batted away as Guglielmi was nailed. The pattern was to Johnny Carson, but batted down by Junior Wren. Here comes the punter, Sam Baker. His legs got to be tired. Cons has it. 30, 40, 18 yards on the 36-yard punt. And the Browns will start 1st and 10 on their 44. Play action fake. Play action fake. So we have a 3-headed backfield of Brown, Mitchell, and Carpenter. We're going play action. Renfro's out wide. We're going play action fake to Preston Carpenter. And we're going long. They want another score. They're going over the top. What a play! Touchdown! Oh, man, the Browns really revving it in, baby. You can see Paul Brown. He goes, that's what I want. That's what I want. 56-yard touchdown pass. Milt Plum to Preston Carpenter. The defender got over there too late, and Carpenter was off to pay dirt. It's now 61-0 Cleveland. Brown says 100. I want 100 points. This humiliation from Week 8 will not go unpunished, he said. And here comes Lou the Toe Groza. Brown none too happy with him. He missed an extra point. And it's good. Groza. Now 8 of 9, but he continues to hear it from his coach Paul Brown that he missed one. 62-0. 13:43 to play. The Redskins just befuddled, bewildered, and in a fetal position crying. Here's the kickoff deep. Scudero has it. Return of 27 yards. Finally pushed out of bounds. So here comes the reluctant Washington Redskins offense and a beleaguered and bludgeoned Ralph Guglielmi. The backs, who the hell cares? It's Bossler and Sutton. Anderson's out wide. Walton and Carson are in tight. It's an all-out blitz. They want the ball back. Tight man coverage. Pass. We're playing pass, all-out blitz. Here comes the blitz. Bossler. And he loses 2 as all 3 linebackers meet at Don Bossler. Wrench his head sideways. Fling him on his head to the turf, to the grass, kick him in the nuts, and walk away. No flags. That's the way football was played, folks. 2nd and 12. And Paul Brown's loving it. 2nd and 12. Again, an all-out blitz. Tight man coverage. They want Guglielmi's leg this time. And it's a handoff. Bossler buys some time. No, it's a play-action fake. But Vince Costello throws Guglielmi down on his head, and he picks up a sack. It leaves 16 yards and a 3rd down. They need 16 yards. Oh, my God. Guglielmi's a bit groggy. And Paul Brown screaming, I want the blood. will sit back in a standard zone, look for the pick. Back in the pocket, Bossler gets the draw, picks up 6, and here comes the punter. The Redskins just want to get the hell out of Dodge. And it'll be Baker, the candlestick maker, to punt to Ken Kontz. Here's the punt. Nice punt. Kontz fields it cleanly at the 25. Picks up 13 yards. Flag on the play.
Receiving team.
Oh, Paul Brown not happy with that call. Block in the back. He tells, he uses a curse word at the ref. The ref starts to go for the flag, and Paul Brown says, if you know what's good for you, put that flag back in your pocket. The ref meekly walks away. As Paul Brown says, you will not leave Cleveland alive. Paul Brown is insane. He's insane, I tell you. Play action fake. You know what we're doing. You know what we're doing. We're going to Ray Renfro deep. Ray Renfro. Looking for Renfro. Incomplete. Paul Brown screaming at Milt Plum. You gotta... Oh, Paul Brown's not happy with his quarterback. 62-0, and Paul Brown is just not happy. It'll be a handoff to Jim Brown now, out of the three-headed monster backfield. Brown, 8 yards, 3rd and 2. 10:24 left in the game. Who you give the ball to? Jimmy Brown, like Ghostbusters. Brown, 3 yards, 1st down, brought down by Chuck Drasnovich. 9:40 left in the ball game. We go to the slowdown. Paul Brown does not know that they're going to the slowdown because he wants lots of points. 62-0 Cleveland. Play action fake. Over the top to Preston Carpenter. Looking for a second score. Play action. Carpenter. Complete. Still on his feet. Touchdown! Touchdown! The play action fake. 74-yard touchdown from Milt Plum to Preston Carpenter. Carpenter, 4 receptions, 151 and 2 TDs. Oh, my Lord. Paul Brown just absolutely gleeful like a child on Christmas morning. He does a cartwheel. Who the hell knew that Paul Brown could do a cartwheel? Picks up his fedora, puts it back on his head, gives the finger to the Redskins sideline, and now does what will be later called a moonwalk. Holy cow. Here comes the toe, Lou Groza. And it's good. 69-0. Unbelievable ball game here. There will be no mercy, Frank Del Plato. No mercy. The Browns, very pissed off, very angry, mostly Paul Brown, of that 28-28 tie to the Redskins in week number 8. This is week 10. He told the Redskins, enjoy it. I'll be back, and I'll have all your hearts. And here comes Lou, and he's still yelling at Lou the Toe Groza for missing an extra point. It's 69-0. Paul Brown is insane on the sideline, screaming, I want their blood. There's the kick deep. Scooter Scudero. Scooter Scudero just wants out of Dodge. He just runs out of bounds. He wants this game over with. And look at Joe Cunnerich, whatever. Joe the Cuck, we'll call him. I don't know. Paul Brown screaming at him, who's your daddy now? I can't say the word that Paul Brown said, but something to do with how does his donkey taste. Alrighty. I've never seen Paul Brown this insane. All-out blitz, or linebacker blitz, tight man coverage. Ralph Guglielmi doesn't want to go back out there, but he does. Browns. Here's a blitz. Handoff to Olszewski. No, it's a play-action plays. And Guglielmi, running for his life, barely picks up a yard as Ken Kontz again wraps him up and throws him down on his head. Guglielmi, oh my Lord. Getting his brain shook. And it's 2nd and 9. They're going to play back in a standard zone, look for a pick. Guglielmi drops back. Here comes the defense. It's a screen. And it's a 10-yard pickup as Ed Sutton was on the reception. And Sutton is being roughed up on the sidelines. Paul Brown just gave him a smack. Some pushing and shoving. And again, the refs hold those flags. They fear Paul Brown here in Cleveland. All-out blitz by the Browns. Tight man coverage. Looking for a pick. Olszewski on the run. Only picks up 1 yard. He gets the hell out of Dodge as he goes out of bounds. Bill Quinlan want to break his leg. As now the Browns are now the fever pitch that Paul Brown has brought to the team has just gone into insane mode. It's like 28 days later. Oh my Lord. It's now 2nd and 9. All-out blitz. Here come all three linebackers. Tight man coverage. 69-0. Guglielmi. Guglielmi buys some time. Goes to the secondary. Can't get it there. As he was rolling away from the pressure, he looked to his second receiver, Don Bosler. Incomplete. Led him a little too far. 3rd and 9. Zone coverage for the Browns. Guglielmi looking to pass. Complete to Walton. Costello pushes him out of bounds. It's close. 4th and 1. They didn't make it. Will the Redskins go for it? Oh, my Lord, they're going for it. Paul Brown is incensed on the sideline. How dare they go for it, he says. It will be an all-out run blitz. All the linebackers coming to close the run gaps. Bosler! Fumble! Is it a fumble? No, he held on to the ball, but he loses a yard. The Browns hold on 4th and 1, and Paul Brown screaming, I want another score. 69-0. Play action fake. They're going over the top to Ray Renfro. Deep. Washington playing for the run. Incomplete. Flag on the play. Flag on the play.
Intentional grounding.
Oh, my Lord.
Offense.
They call intentional grounding on Plum. Pressure was on him. Plum saying... And it's a loss of down. So Plum arguing his case, but they're not going to pick up the flag. It'll be 2nd and 24. It will be a draw to Jimmy Brown on 2nd and 24. Brown avoids the first tackler, picks up 7 yards. As the players now continue the slowdown against the orders of Paul Brown. Now Brown finally cracks a smile, figures he's not going to get to the 100. It's 3rd and 17. It'll be a draw to Bobby Mitchell on 3rd and 17 out of the three-headed backfield. Mitchell, they're double covered in Carpenter. Mitchell only picks up 4. Mitchell was injured. Doesn't look serious. He'll be out for a few plays, so Leroy Bolden comes back in. And 4th and 13, 6:54 to play. 4th and 13. Screen to Jimmy Brown. Screen, Brown, cross midfield! 17 yards and a first down! Pushed out of bounds by Les Walters. And Paul Brown again looks over to the Redskins sideline, gives him the double bird, and says, how does my donkey taste? Oh, my Lord. Paul Brown is insane. 6:45 to play. It'll be a handoff. And they're going to go outside. They're going to try to pop it outside of Jimmy Brown. Brown picks up 2 yards. Oh, flag on the play.
Personal foul. Defense.
Oh, the Redskins getting a little incensed with this running up to the score. A lot of pushing and shoving now. Personal foul on the Redskins. We will accept that. And Paul Brown not happy with it. Jim Brown goes over 200 yards, 20 carries, 201 yards, 3 touchdowns. He's still good for 1 more carry. 1st and 10 on the Washington 14. Play action pass. And we're going to go to Frank Clark. Oh, he's not in the game. You got to get Clark in the game. We're going to take Bolden out. Clark comes in. Play action pass. Frank Clark. Expecting the run. Play action. Touchdown to Frank Clark. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. Yeah, baby. You can see Paul Brown throw Clark his first reception, 14 yards and a TD. Plum with another touchdown pass. 75-0 Cleveland. Oh, we can do it. We can do it. We can do it. We just got to do it, Paul Brown says. We wanted 100-0, and we got 75-0, and Paul Brown is not happy. He is not happy, folks. He's not happy. Here's Lou the Toe Groza. The extra point is good, and he screams at Groza. That's what the hell you're supposed to do. Groza now 10 for 11, still hearing it from Paul Brown for that missed extra point. It is now 76-0 as the Cleveland Browns behind the Emperor, Paul Brown, who promised after that humiliation 28-28. I had to bring this game to the channel. I was so pissed off. When they tied me 28-28 in week 8, I said the revenge match, I'm going to show people the revenge match. I'm going to show them how bad I'm going to bludgeon the Washington Redskins. I have channeled Darth Vader and Paul Brown and combined them into one. And now it's Groza. And he'll kick deep to Sid Watson and Scooter Scudero, who don't even want to be on the field anymore. And it's a good job by Sid Watson. He picks up 31 yards, 6:16 left in this game. Our good friend Uncle Ron has joined us. He says 69-0. No, 76-0 now. I promised a bludgeoning in my head, and Paul Brown, the ghost of Paul Brown, loves it. We will now attempt to kill Ralph Guglielmi with an all-out blitz. Tight man coverage, 76-0. Bossler gets 4 yards on the carry. The Redskins just trying to run this clock out. Paul Brown screams from the sideline a very, very bad name towards him about a woman's reproductive part. So it's now 2nd and 6. Linebacker blitz, tight man coverage. Fist! Fumble! Who has it? Cleveland comes up with it! Yes! Paul Brown jumping up and down! The Browns have the ball after Fist nails Guglielmi, I think it was, and Don Colo comes away with it, and Paul Brown is happy. Play action pass. They're going over the top to Frank Clark one more time. 8 men up in the box. Play action, looking for Clark. Knocked out, 32-yard gain. 1st and goal for the Browns. Oh boy, Paul Brown loving it, rubbing his hands together. The Redskins just shaking their heads. The Browns fans screaming for their blood. This is a frenzy. This is a frenzy, folks. They'll give the ball an inside run to Jimmy Brown. Handoff, 8 men up in the box, trying to stop Brown. Flag on the play. False start.
Offense.
Oh, Paul Brown not happy with that. Not happy at all. Screaming that they'll run extra wind sprints. 76-0, folks. Hello, Max Cornelius. Oh, Keith White says Connerich is the coach for the Redskins. I apologize, I don't know how to pronounce his name. Is telling the defense to take out Paul Brown or Milt Plum's knees. And Paul Brown knows this. Play action pass. Medium short to Renfro. Bump and run coverage. Play action. Renfro complete. 2nd and goal. As he's tripped up at the 7. 5-yard completion. 2nd and goal. They're going to go for an outside run to Jimmy Brown out of the split backfield. Brown, touchdown! Brown turns the corner. He's in for the score. 21 carries, 208 yards, and 4 TDs for the GOAT, Jimmy Brown. 82-0. Yes! Paul Brown now puts on his Emperor's cloak, and he says, yes, 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 turn to the dark side, Luke. The Redskins players are ready to mutiny against their sideline. They don't want to go back out there. Lou the Toe Groza will attempt another extra point. And it's up and good. Groza, 11 for 12, and Paul Brown still screaming at him. And there's the phone. Here's the phone. It's God telling me to go easy on them. I'll be right back. And we are back after our phone conversation with God. God says to go easy on them. It's 83-0. Paul Brown politely tells God no. And here's the kickoff by Lou the Toe Groza. And it's a touchback in the end zone. As Max Cornelius says, wow, 83-0. Sports Time Machine says Mr. Burns would say, excellent, excellent. All right, here we go. Walking down the street. Hey, hey, we're the monkeys. And it'll be a linebacker blitz, tight man coverage. Bossler picks up 5. Colo with the tackle. We're not going to call timeout. We're not that cruel. Linebacker blitz, tight man coverage. Guglielmi wants out of this game. Walton, as Walt Michaels makes the tackle on the Watson run. Gain of 7, first down. 3:05 left in the game. Standard zone. Sutton, a lot of room. Picks up 10 yards. He's close, and they're just short. And again, there's no game sound. Why is there no game sound? Oh, my God. Do you guys hear game sound? Not that it matters. We'll just finish out the game. Always after a Windows update. I'm not hearing game sound. And I'm not going to shut the game off and put it back on. Alrighty. 2nd and 1. Run blitz for the Browns. Here comes all the linebackers. Sutton heads outside, picks up 3. As Junior Wren will be credited with the tackle. 2 minutes left in the ball game. Unless these idiots call timeout, they don't. Again, we'll just play a standard zone, 83-0. Medium short pass, midfield completion, 10 yards. They're going to measure. They're short. Paul Brown not very happy that they're trying to score. But again, it'll stick back in the zone. Try to get the shutout here. Podley has the ball. Nothing there. 3rd and 1. No timeout. 83-0. Paul Brown, we fell 17 points short of the 100-0 game we wanted. It's 83-0. Again, we'll play a standard zone. Pooley had the ball. 5 yards. First down. And that's the ball game, folks. That's the ball game. The game is over. 83-0. Cleveland with their revenge from that Week 8 28-28 tie. Most valuable player will be Milt Plum. 380 yards, 5 touchdowns, a quarterback rating of 158. Cleveland now improves their record to 8-0-2. The Washington Redskins in a fetal position dropped to 3-6-1. Jim Brown rushed for 208 yards. What a ball game. The box score, Guglielmi, 6 of 12 for 76 yards. Sutton, 10 for 44. Bossler, 10 for 24. Ozowski, 7 for 25. No, God said not to use the timeouts. Guglielmi running for his life, 6 for 8. Podley, 4 for 10. Watson, 2 for 10. Is my mic on? Yes, that looks on. I don't know why we lost the game sound again, which really pisses me off. But Walton, 4 receptions, 57 yards. Sutton, 1 for 10. Olszewski, 1 for 9. Good God, look at all the scores! It's majestical. Look at it! I wanted 100-0. Well, Paul Brown wanted 100-0, but so Plum, 13 of 15, 385 touchdowns, no picks. Jimmy Brown, 21 carries, 208 yards, 4 touchdowns. Luke Carpenter, 7 for 37. Mitchell, 6 for 31 and 2 touchdowns. Bolden, 3 for 8, but he had the opening kickoff return for a touchdown. Carpenter, 4 for 151, 2 touchdowns. Renfro, 2 for 78 and a touchdown. Brewster, 2 for 61 and a touchdown. Clark, 2 for 46 and a touchdown. Jimmy Brown, 2 for 41, and Luke Carpenter, 1 for 3. And again, the opening kickoff set the tone. 92-yard kickoff return by Bolden. And the game was over. 83-0 Cleveland. Alrighty. So let's close that out, and we'll just show you. God, this is a fun game. And I don't know why the sound goes out. All right, so 83-0. You all witnessed it. I played the game. Keith White says they scored more points each quarter. Yes, they did. They went 14, 20, 21, and 28. You are correct. Fun game, 2nd and 10. If they added some animation, it would be absolutely marvelous. It's just marvelous now. It's not absolutely marvelous. Great game. Highly recommended. You get to use your imagination to do the play calls and stuff like that. So, all right, let's give you the standings real quick. Cleveland, 8-0-2. We still have the Giants one more time. We beat the Giants by a point. That was a slobber knocker game. So Giants are 8-2. And Baltimore's 8-2. So it looks like if we win out, we're going to play the Colts in the championship game. And the Rams are 7-3. Surprising Pittsburgh, they tied us. Pittsburgh tied us. They're 6-2-2. So that's how that stands. So once again, let's go back to the schedule. 83-0, folks. 83-0. 83-0. Cleveland Browns defeat the Redskins. I was the coach of the Cleveland Browns. This is my Cleveland Browns 1958 retro replay. The GOAT, Jim Brown. All right, who do we have up next to bludgeon? Oh, the Eagles. They played us tough last game. The Eagles, we only beat them by 1. That was a heck of a slobber knocker. Teams. Really nice game for the price. Absolutely marvelous for the price point. So, and now we go to schedule. Yeah, that was we held on for dear life. 38-37. So we want revenge against them too. Look at that. 83-0, folks. 83-0. You tell everybody the Browns are coming for them. Go back to schedule. So the Browns are 8-0-2. The Eagles are 3-7. Giants are 8-2. So, and we get the Giants in the last week of the season, which will show you that game. Probably. All right, so that's our next up-and-coming game. I don't know if I'll show that on the channel. But once again, Week 10, we got our revenge after that Week 8 humiliation. And where is that humiliation? Right there, 28-28. The Redskins scored 14 points, led by Eddie LeBaron. In the fourth quarter, 28-28. Oh, my, how the tide of battle has turned in Week 10. So 28-28 in Week 8. And Week 10, 83-0 Browns. Health and happiness. Remember, if you don't root for the Cleveland Browns in my 58 replay, Paul Brown will be coming to look for you. So thank you very much to Max Cornelius, Keith White, Retro Sports Network with Ron Juckett, Sports Time Machine with Mr. Utah Mike, Bobby Cantilano, Frank Del Plato, Tribes Fan, Amish Elvis, ID Gesture, Random Human. That's the name, Random Human. DC. I think we got everybody. Philip Reynolds. Bobby Cantilano. I think I said that already. All right. Thank you. Hope you enjoyed it. 83-0 Cleveland. You didn't think it would happen. Well, I made it happen. Till next time, bye-bye. God bless. And you know what's coming, folks. Peace!